circumstance where we're going to get through.
Good afternoon, mic check 1, 2, 3. Welcome. This is the 10 a.m. Press conference for the Kincade fire here in Sonoma County. My name is Division Chief Jonathan Cox, Public Information Officer with Incident Management Team 6. Just to start things off, if you're in the crowd, can you please silence your cell phones and take any conversations away from the press conference area? Secondly, we will have a Spanish speaker at the conclusion of the English language version. If you have those needs, please stick around to the end and we'll get you briefed in Spanish. And lastly, we will have a variety of speakers up here. I do ask that you hold your questions until the end, and we can also have one-on-one interviews at the conclusion of this press conference as well. Conference to really talk about evacuations and talk about the incoming weather that we're anticipating over the next 24 to 48 hours. To set the context for what we're going to be discussing in regards to evacuations, we've invited the National Weather Service as well as our fire behavior analyst from the incident management team to come and speak about what is anticipated up here in Sonoma County specific to this fire over the next 24 hours. To set that context, I will introduce from the National Weather Service, Mr. Walburn.
Okay, good morning. Ryan Walburn, National Weather Service out of the San Francisco Bay Area. So we've got about 10 more hours of quiet conditions, and then at 8 p.m. this evening we go into official red flag warning for the entire fire area in the entire North Bay. So that red flag warning runs from 8 p.m. this evening through Monday morning, 11 a.m. We expect with a pretty high confidence that around 9 to 11 p.m. this evening we're going to get an abrupt wind shift and a rapid increase in winds. Sustained winds up on the fire up here, Cobb Mountain, Mount St. Helena, roughly in the 40-mile-an-hour range, and a high confidence for wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles an hour. The wind direction will be from the northeast. What that'll want to do is then push the fire in a southwesterly direction towards the 101 corridor. So tonight, from then midnight through the sunrise hours, as we get peak winds, it's going to be a long duration extreme wind event. And as we get towards midday Sunday, those winds will only gradually begin to ease. Even though we don't expect the strong winds to last through Sunday afternoon and evening, they will still stay at a moderate intensity and last right through early Monday. So we're up for a long duration wind event, high intensity, and that's the stage that we're under right now. So I would ask everybody to just be aware we got that red flag warning and act appropriately. Thanks.
Speaking next about what these conditions are anticipated to do on our fire is our fire behavior analyst. Captain Vollmer has been spending the last 12 hours overnight running fire modeling on our fire for the potential impacts of what this wind is going to do. Mr. Vollmer.
With the models that we've ran currently, with the weather we have right now, the fire's behaving nicely, so to speak. But once we get that red flag warning start to come in at 8 o'clock, and we get those high winds that are going to follow with that, we're going to see some erratic fire behavior. We're going to see that really long-range spotting, especially where it can run down those drainages and to the southwest towards the 128 and the 101 corridor. There is the potential for a lot of this fire-weakened timber to be falling down across power lines, across roads. There's also the potential for those long-range spotting issues that we have to ignite new fires. So we need to be really heads up. All of the models we run are showing with very high confidence that any ignition that does happen will travel extremely fast with erratic fire behavior, and we'll see something similar to what we had when this fire ignited.
With that, I just want to start off by saying that we have 1,300 firefighters right now who are out there 24 hours a day putting in as much containment as they can on the ground and in the air. However, overnight we've spent the last basically 12 hours formulating a plan for what is potentially a worst case scenario on this fire. That worst case scenario includes a significant amount of evacuations in Sonoma County that we're about to announce. This is a unified message. This is between cooperators, unified commanders, agencies, elected officials, and law enforcement officers. We don't take these decisions lightly, and we understand that the impacts of the evacuations we're about to announce are going to be substantial. Just understand this team behind you is on a 24/7 basis making these decisions in the best interest of the public. We are really prioritizing safety right now for what is potentially the worst case scenario. So with that, I would just read off the following evacuation orders. In addition to the current evacuations that are in place, both the orders and the warnings, 2 new zones of evacuation orders are going to be put in place effective immediately. Zone 2, which is on the universal map, is Highway 128 north of the Nice Valley area to the Napa County line. That area is currently where there's some fire activity burning and one of the priorities for evacuation of an evacuation order. More significantly, we are calling for an evacuation order along the Highway 101 corridor from Geyserville south through South Windsor. This includes the city of Windsor and the city of Healdsburg. That evacuation zone basically goes from Geyser to the southern part of Windsor itself. We understand that's a significant area, and hence the press conference. Additionally, we have evacuation warnings that are going to be in Zone 4, which is the Dry Creek Valley west of Forestville. So that's that area west of essentially Healdsburg, the Dry Creek Valley. And Zone 5, which is the Larkfield and Mark West Springs drainage, basically on the along the county line there. Those are warnings at this point. We have maps that we have emailed out, also updated the website with the county, so the maps are available online for everybody to see. But the high-level overview of this is a significant number of people are now under an evacuation order in Sonoma County along the Highway 101 corridor from Geyserville through the town of Windsor. If people would like to receive email updates in addition to the SOCO alerts and the NICSL alerts, they are able to do that on the fire.ca.gov website. And with that, I will hand it over to Sheriff Essick to speak specifically to these evacuations.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mark Essick. I'm the Sheriff of Sonoma County. Yesterday at 2 p.m., the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office entered into a unified command with CAL FIRE. And what that means is that since yesterday at 2 p.m., the Sheriff's Office has had managers and leaders in the decision-making rooms with CAL FIRE leadership and their incident management team. The decisions that we're making today and talking to you about, we take very seriously. These decisions were well vetted through many experts, and we believe this is the right decision for Sonoma County, for your safety, and the safety of all of us. So working with CAL FIRE, we took their expert opinions, we looked at weather forecasts, and because of that, we are announcing an evacuation of approximately 50,000 people. Again, we do not take this lightly. This will encompass the entire town of Healdsburg, Windsor, and the surrounding unincorporated areas. We are evacuating because this fire is very dangerous, and it is expected to move towards Healdsburg and Windsor this evening. The winds that we are going to experience will be much like what we experienced in October of 2017. We already have a fire burning, and we have advance notice now, so that's why we're taking these precautions. We want you to start evacuating now. We'd like you to be out of your homes and out of the area no later than 4 p.m. this afternoon. We'd like to get you out before it gets dark, and we'd like to get you out before the pending PG&E public safety power shutdown. That is still scheduled to happen, and we'd like to get you out while we still have power and we still have communications. The evacuation routes are Highway 101 south. We have 3 areas where we'd like to have you evacuate to. First, the Santa Rosa Veterans Memorial Hall on Maple Avenue in Santa Rosa, the Petaluma Veterans Hall in Petaluma, California, and the Petaluma Fairgrounds in Petaluma. Additionally, the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds will be taking livestock only. So if you have large livestock that needs to be evacuated, the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds are capable of handling that, but it is not for people. If you are not physically able to evacuate due to medical conditions, we want you to call the Sheriff's Office on 911 and we will get help there to have you evacuated. However, if you're able-bodied or you're able to help your neighbor evacuate who may be disabled, we want to encourage neighbors to help neighbors. If you have general questions about this evacuation, we want you to call 211. Please do not call 911 with questions about the evacuation. Call 211. 911 should only be used if you cannot evacuate because you're physically unable to do so. This is going to be a trying time for us. We want to urge everyone to have patience. We want to urge everyone to be kind to their neighbors. Please respect public safety officials who are giving you directions. The Sonoma County Sheriff's Office and all of our public safety partners are all here for you. We always will be here for you, and we're going to get through this together. Thank you.
Speaking to the impact on the road system is California Highway Patrol Chief Noyes.
Good morning, Tim Noyes from California Highway Patrol. I just want to reiterate the importance that you take in making sure you develop a plan and getting out early. Please don't wait till the last minute. The potential for this being very fast moving is very great, and waiting to the last minute when we're trying to bring in emergency equipment is just going to impact the roads that much more. So we highly urge you to heed these warnings right now and get out early and develop your plan. Don't go out and just think you're doing. Follow the pattern. Try and go south on the 101 if you can, and try and develop the plan so we're not waiting to the last minute and everybody's getting confused, so it doesn't delay us getting emergency services where we need to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will be hearing from the County of Sonoma, from the Board of Supervisors Office, Supervisor Rabbit and Supervisor Gore.
Thank you. David Rabbit, I'm the chair of the Board of Supervisors, and alongside me is James Gore, where the fire is presently burning. We all have vivid memories of October 8th, 2017, and we're still thinking about those. Tonight very well could be a repeat. We really need you to heed the evacuation orders, take it seriously. We have, quite frankly, this time period to make sure that you can get yourself out safely. Come on down to Petaluma and just stay very safe. Make sure, we want to thank you, all the first responders that are here. We want to make sure that we heed all evacuation orders. Can't tell you how serious this matter is. Supervisor Gore.
Thank you.
Past is prologue. 2 years ago, when the Tubbs fire, when the Nuns fire, when the Pocket fire came in and devastated our community, everyone after that asked a similar question, which was, what would we do if we knew that it was coming? How would we prepare our community, and how would the first responders set up and go after this? I'm wearing this shirt that says Sonoma Ready Day, and it's ironic because a month ago here at the fairgrounds, we hosted 5,000 individuals. We got go bags, we got information out. We have been on a 2-year campaign to get ahead of this, to not be in defense of the new normal, but be on our toes. The resources that are in play couldn't be more impressive. The firefighters on the ground, the air tankers covering the ridges with retardant, the 747 up there. We are in a position where we are reliving something, but we're ahead of it. It's going to test our resolve. Everybody in our community needs to get the heck out of the way of the first responders so they can do their job. 2 years ago, those first responders couldn't deal with the disaster because they had to evacuate people. That's why this action is being taken today and now. I want to thank everybody for being here. Y también para todos que hablan español, vamos a esperar aquí y vamos a darles mensaje para todos en nuestra comunidad también. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from the town of Windsor and the city of Healdsburg. First is Mayor Fapoli.
Hi, Mayor Dominic Fapoli of Windsor. To all my residents, I want to first thank all of our brave first responders for putting their lives on the line today. It means so much to us. Do not take this warning lightly. We need everybody to evacuate. I want to reiterate to everybody in Windsor who is seeing the maps that are farther away, this is a life-threatening situation and a danger to our entire town. With that said, Windsor's Emergency Operations Center will stay open and continue to provide all critical services. Windsor Police will be coming through the neighborhoods with loudspeakers to evacuate anybody who has not heard this message, but please share. Lastly, Windsor, we're a strong community. We are going to get through this, but I want you to treat all of your neighbors and all of your fellow residents like you would your own family, because that's who we are in Windsor. So stay calm, and along with the rest of the town leadership, I will keep you in the loop, and we're going to get through this. God bless.
Thank you. And our final speaker from the city of Healdsburg is Mayor Higley.
Good morning. My name is David Hagley. I'm the mayor of Healdsburg. To reiterate what the previous speakers have said, this is a very serious event. We need our community members to take these warnings seriously. Healdsburg is now transitioning from a role of support for our neighbors. It's time to drop things, pack, and go in a calm and orderly manner. We need to be out of the way to allow our first responders to do the jobs that they're here to do. We don't need people out there taking pictures. We need you to pack and calmly follow the instructions and leave town. For the latest information, follow all of the websites that are here, as well as the City of Healdsburg social media pages. Again, stay calm, but now is the time to go, and we will keep you posted. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll open it up for questions now. Just if we could stay with each speaker's general overview and let any questions from the reporters. Yeah.
What's the capacity of the shelters?
Yeah, great question.
I don't have exact numbers.
We'll get you that number. The Emergency Operations Center is working with the American Red Cross on building out capacity there.
There's confident you have enough capacity for 50,000.
We will continue to build until we have that. So that's in the works, and we'll keep building until if there's a need there.
Do you encourage people to reach out to family and friends that are outside the evacuation zone?
Absolutely. If there's people that they could stay with outside of the evacuation zone and go and stay with, that's obviously highly encouraged because you take the impact off of those who don't have somewhere to go those evacuation shelters. 100%.
When was the last time this of the state had evacuation?
Yeah, I'll give that to the sheriff when we have the last evacuation of that size here.
Yeah. I think the last time we had any evacuation like this was in 2017 during the October fires. But even that evacuation, at least in the northern Santa Rosa area, was not in comparison to this. Overall, during 2017, we had a number of people evacuated. I would be hedging a guess if it was anywhere close to this number. In my career here at the Sheriff's Office, this is the largest evacuation that we've conducted.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 26 years.
There's already an evacuation shelter in Healdsburg. Most of those folks, I assume, have transportation, but is there any plan for buses or public transportation?
That's a great question. I can speak to that. So I've been working with the Sonoma County Emergency Operations Center, and we are having buses staged throughout these areas. So we will have buses that can transport people to the evacuation centers in Santa Rosa and Petaluma.
These be from local school districts or a variety of places?
We're getting buses from a variety of places. You may see school buses, you may see Sonoma County Transit, you may see City of Santa Rosa buses.
Do you guys have something how many medical baseline customers are going to be evacuated?
I can't speak to that number.
So a lot of these specific questions are EOC related questions. We're happy to answer those, and we'll get you those one-on-one afterwards.
So not just clear the entire town, but for the entire town.
That is correct. The entire town of Healdsburg, the entire town of Windsor are now under an evacuation order.
Can you talk about will there be any deputies placed in those communities?
Absolutely.
Sure. So, to assist with these evacuation orders, the Sheriff's Office has called our mutual aid partners throughout the region. So we have law enforcement officers throughout the region who are coming into Sonoma County right now. Right now, at this very moment, we have mobilized the Sheriff's Office staff. We have well over 100 deputies in the field right now. They're being supported by the California Highway Patrol and some of our other local law enforcement partners. But over the next few hours, we have additional resources coming into the Bay Area. And I also want to emphasize the high-low siren. I neglected to talk about that earlier. So the high-low siren will be in place here at the Sheriff's Office. You will hear that sound. When residents hear the high-low siren of a Sheriff's Patrol vehicle or a law enforcement vehicle in their neighborhood, that is a warning. That is to let them know that the Sheriff's Office is in your neighborhood, actively evacuating people. They're there to help you, answer your questions, and direct you. So look for that high-low siren in addition to all the other sources of media that we have out there now. So right now, because we have power and we have communications, many people may be relying on Nixle or wireless emergency alerts. That's great. We want that to happen right now. But there's a significant chance that we're going to run out of power this afternoon. And when that power is lost, we could lose cell towers. We could lose other forms of communication. So the Sheriff's Office and our public safety partners will revert to that high-low siren. So listen for that siren.
Any plans to shut down northbound 101 either to help
this time we're not trying to shut down the 101. We're trying to leave the main corridor open. If it becomes to such an emergency that we need to, we do have steps and plans in place to do that. But our goal is to try and leave it open as much as possible.
So I assume you'd encourage people who don't have business on the highway
To stay out there. We are working with Caltrans and other forms of media to try and get out there. We are going to use our own social media platforms to try and get out there to stay away from the area. If you don't have business, please don't come to the area.
All right, just to conclude this, to set some expectations, there is always the potential that these zones, these orders, and these warnings are going to increase, and there will be more throughout the day. With that, I ask every member of the media to take a look at the map behind you, get good shots of that, as well as the info board over here for all of the phone numbers and information that people can go to. We do have additional resources, firefighting resources that have been requested to the area. And we do anticipate that wind surfacing tonight after dark. This is the right thing to do. This is all the more important after the incident we had last night on the line, where a firefighter had to deploy his fire shelter to shield two civilians from the oncoming fire front. The decisions that people make regarding evacuations affect the first responders' lives. And we can't ask you enough. For us to be successful, we must have the public evacuate. With that, we'll open it up for one-on-one interviews behind me. There will be a Spanish-speaking version of this at the conclusion of this press conference, and I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you.
I just want to, we have not gone into this, but the question always comes up is what can you do? So for everybody who's sharing that information, you're going to get an evacuation warning, you're going to be getting alerts by text and also by other means. You're going to be getting reverse 911 calls throughout the community. What can you do? You got to prepare your family. You got to have a plan for where you're going. You got to call anybody who's around you. As you're leaving your home, if you're in the evacuation zone, I live in an evacuation zone. I am going home right now to pull all the combustible things away from my house, all the things that could ignite and go into this fire. And so take care of what you need to, but do not delay. We need to get out of people's ways. And so if you see something, do something. Don't just call somebody and expect the system to do it. 2 years ago, the strongest part of Sonoma Strong was individuals helping each other. So rise up and take ownership of your own place going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. We'll start the Spanish speaking momentarily.